The aroma of garlic and basil wafted through the evening air as I stood outside Bella Rosa, our family's Italian restaurant in downtown Portland. For 32 years, this place had been our heart, our home, our legacy. The red brick exterior was weathered but proud, the gold-lettered sign still gleaming just as it had when my grandmother opened these doors in 1991. I pressed my hand against the cool glass of the entrance, remembering all the Sunday mornings I'd spent here as a child, watching Nonna roll pasta dough with fingers that seemed to dance across the marble counter. Now, 3 weeks after her funeral, I was about to walk in for what I thought would be another family dinner. I had no idea it would be my last, at least, that's what my brother Anthony intended. The dinner rush was just beginning. Through the window, I could see familiar faces, regulars who'd been coming here since before I could walk. Mrs. Peterson at her usual corner table, Judge Martinez with his family, even old Mr. Romano who'd been friends with Nonna since they were teenagers in Naples. The bell chimed softly as I pushed open the door. Maria, our longest-serving waitress, looked up and smiled. Sophia, it's been too quiet without you around. Thanks, Maria. Family meeting tonight. Her smile faltered slightly. She'd been here long enough to know our family meetings rarely ended well, especially since Nonna got sick. I made my way through the dining room toward the back office, nodding at familiar faces. The restaurant was humming with life, clinking glasses, laughing patrons, the sizzle of pans from the kitchen. This was how Nonna had always wanted it. Anthony was waiting in the office, along with our younger sister Isabella and our parents. The tension in the room hit me like a wall of heat from the pizza oven. You're late, Anthony snapped, not looking up from the papers spread across Nonna's old desk. Our desk now, supposedly, though he'd claimed the chair behind it the day after the funeral. Traffic, I said simply, taking the only empty seat. What's so urgent? Mom and Dad exchanged glances. Isabella studied her manicure intently. Anthony finally looked up, his dark eyes hard. We need to discuss the future of Bella Rosa. I felt my shoulders tense. What about it? Things need to change, he said, shuffling papers importantly. The restaurant industry is evolving. We can't keep running this place like it's still 1991. Nonna's recipes I started, but he cut me off. Are outdated. We need to modernize, appeal to a younger crowd. I'm thinking fusion menu, cocktail bar, maybe some of those Instagram-worthy dishes that get people talking. The very thought made my stomach turn. You want to turn Bella Rosa into another trendy hotspot? That's not what this place is about. No, he said sharply, that's not what it was about. But Nonna's gone now, and we need to move forward. The way he said it, like her passing was an opportunity rather than a loss, made my blood boil. She's barely been gone 3 weeks. Anthony, her regular customers still come in crying. Exactly my point. We need to attract new customers, not cling to the past. I looked to our parents for support, but Dad just stared at his hands while Mom dabbed at her eyes with a tissue. I won't let you destroy everything she built, I said firmly. Anthony's laugh was cold. Let me, Sophia, you don't have any say in this. I'm the oldest. And And what? That automatically makes you right. Nonna trusted me in this kitchen for 15 years. I worked alongside her while you were off getting your MBA and planning your improvements. Which is exactly why we need to make changes. He stood up, towering over the desk. You're so stuck in her way of doing things that you can't see how much we're falling behind. Falling behind? We have a wait list every weekend. Our regulars book months in advance for special occasions. Small-time thinking, he sneered. Always your problem, Sophia. No vision, no ambition. My ambition is to honor what Nonna created. Your ambition is to play kitchen just like when you were a kid. Well, guess what? You're not in charge here. I am, and if you can't get on board with the changes, then you can get out. The room went silent. Even the sounds from the kitchen seemed muffled, distant. What did you say? My voice was barely a whisper. You heard me. He straightened his tie, a gesture so smug it made my teeth clench. I'm making you an offer. Take 3 months' salary and walk away. Let us bring this place into the modern era. I turned to our parents. Are you seriously okay with this? Mom wouldn't meet my eyes. Dad cleared his throat. Anthony has some good points. Honey, times are changing. Times are changing, I repeated flatly. So we throw away 30 years of tradition. Everything Nonna built. Don't be dramatic. Isabella chimed in. It's just business. Just business. The words hit me like a physical blow. To them, that's all this was, another property to be renovated, rebranded, stripped of its soul. I stood up slowly. I need to check something in the kitchen. We're not done here, Anthony called after me. Oh, yes we are. I walked through the kitchen, barely registering the greetings from our staff, people I'd worked alongside for years, who'd watched me grow up, who'd cried with me at Nonna's funeral. In the back corner, behind the industrial mixer that was older than I was, stood a small safe. I'd never told anyone, but I'd seen Nonna open it countless times, watching her wrinkled fingers spin the dial with practiced precision. Left 25, right 12, left 7. The lock clicked softly. Inside, beneath some old photos and receipts, was an envelope, thick, cream-colored paper, my name written in Nonna's elegant script. I'd found it the day after her funeral, when I came in to bake her favorite cookies for the reception. I hadn't opened it yet, couldn't bring myself to read her final words, but now. My hands trembled as I broke the seal. My dearest Sophia. If you're reading this, it means I've finally gone to join your grandfather in heaven. I hope you found this letter the way I always knew you would, because you're the only one who ever paid attention to the little things, who understood that love is in the details. You were watching me all those times I opened the safe, weren't you? Just like you watched me roll pasta, knead bread, reduce sauces to perfection. You didn't just learn recipes, you learned the heart of cooking, the soul of what makes a restaurant more than just a business. That's why I made my choice. Enclosed you'll find the deed to Bella Rosa, along with all legal documentation transferring full ownership to you, effective upon my death. Yes, my darling girl, the restaurant is yours. I know Anthony will be angry. He's always thought being firstborn entitled him to everything. Your parents might not understand. They never really did grasp why I spent so much time teaching you instead of focusing on the business side with Anthony. But I've watched you grow up in this kitchen. I've seen how you treat our staff, our customers, our traditions. You understand that a family restaurant isn't about profit margins and market trends. It's about creating a place where memories are made, where families grow closer over shared meals, where love is served with every dish. The lawyers have all the paperwork. Everything is legal and binding. Anthony can't challenge it, though I'm sure he'll try. Take care of our home, Sophia. Keep our heart beating. All my love. Nonna. I read the letter 3 times, my vision blurring with tears. Then I carefully folded it, tucked it into my pocket, and walked back to the office. Anthony was still talking, gesturing at spreadsheets and mock-ups of his modern vision. He looked up when I entered, irritation clear on his face. Finally, as I was saying get out of Nonna's chair. The room went silent again, but different this time, heavy. Excuse me, Anthony's voice was dangerous. I said. I pulled out the deed and legal documents. Get out of Nonna's chair. Actually, my chair now. The color drained from his face as he read the papers I dropped on the desk. Mom gasped. Isabella's phone slipped from her fingers. This is impossible, Anthony sputtered. There must be some mistake. No mistake. My voice was calm, steady. Nonna knew exactly what she was doing. She left Bella Rosa to the person who would protect it, not destroy it. He jumped up, face now red with rage. I'll fight this. I'll contest the will. You can try. I settled into the chair, my chair. But everything's legal, properly filed, witnessed. You can waste your money on lawyers if you want, but it won't change anything. You can't do this to me. He slammed his hands on the desk. I'm the oldest. I have the business degree. I know how to make this place profitable. Bella Rosa isn't about profit, Anthony. It never was. That's what you never understood. Don't ever show your face here again, he screamed, yanking off his tie like it was choking him. You'll regret this. I'll make sure of it. I smiled, feeling Nonna's presence in every corner of the room. Funny, because the deed says I own this place. So if anyone's not showing their face here again, it's you. Mom, Dad. He turned to them desperately. Say something. But they just stared at the papers, at Nonna's clear signature, at the irrefutable proof that she'd chosen me, the one who'd loved this place for what it was, not what it could be turned into. You have until closing to clear out your things, I said calmly. And Anthony, that tie you're wearing, Nonna bought it for you last Christmas. At least show enough respect to not strangle it. He stormed out, nearly knocking over a waitress in his rage. Isabella scurried after him, phone already at her ear. Mom and Dad lingered, looking lost. Sophia, Mom started, maybe we can talk about this. No, Mom, we're done talking. If you want to support Anthony's vision, you can help him find another restaurant to modernize. But Bella Rosa stays exactly what it is, a place where family means more than fashion. They left quietly, leaving me alone in the office. I ran my hands over the smooth wood of the desk, feeling the small nick in the corner where I'd bumped my toy car when I was 6. Nonna had laughed, said it gave the desk character. The dinner rush was in full swing outside. I could hear the familiar symphony of the kitchen, pots clanging, orders being called, the whoosh of the pizza oven door. I picked up the phone and buzzed the kitchen. Marco, it's Sophia. Make sure tonight's specials are made exactly the way Nonna taught us. No changes, no shortcuts, just pure Bella Rosa. Si, chef, he replied, and I could hear the smile in his voice. I sat back, looking at the wall of photos Nonna had collected over 3 decades. Happy families, celebrations, first dates that led to proposals that led to anniversary dinners, all here, all part of our story. Grazie, Nonna, I whispered, I won't let you down. The next few weeks were a storm of legal threats and family drama. Anthony hired lawyers who quickly confirmed what I already knew. Nonna's decision was ironclad. Isabella spread rumors on social media about me stealing the family legacy. Mom called daily, crying about tearing the family apart. But through it all, Bella Rosa thrived. Our regular customers, upon hearing about the attempted changes, rallied around me. Judge Martinez made a point of telling everyone in his considerable social circle about the granddaughter keeping tradition alive. Mrs. Peterson brought her entire garden club for dinner, each member ordering Nonna's classic lasagna. Even Mr. Romano stepped up, sharing stories about young Nonna's determination to create not just a restaurant, but a community. She knew, he told a local food blogger, that good food brings people together. Sophia understands that too. The article that followed, Tradition Wins, How One Woman Protected a Portland Institution, brought in even more customers. People who wanted to experience the authenticity that was becoming rare in a city full of fusion restaurants and deconstructed classics. 1 month after the confrontation, I sat in the kitchen after closing, rolling pasta dough the way Nonna had taught me. The rhythm was soothing, fold, press, turn, repeat. The marble counter held decades of similar moments, countless hands creating countless meals. Maria came in, carrying a coffee pot. Long day, boss. I smiled at the title I was still getting used to. Good day, though. Your brother was outside again, she said, pouring me a cup. Just watching, not causing trouble, but let him watch, I said, dusting the pasta with flour. Maybe he'll finally see what he was so eager to throw away. She nodded, then hesitated. There's something else. Your mother called earlier, asked about Sunday dinner. I paused in my rolling. Sunday dinner had been a family tradition since before I was born. Every week, after the restaurant closed, we'd gather in the private dining room. Nonna would cook something special, not on the regular menu. We'd talk, laugh, share our lives. What did you tell her? That she'd have to ask you. Maria squeezed my shoulder. Family is complicated, Sophia, but food can heal things words can't. I thought about it all week, about Nonna's lessons, not just in cooking, but in forgiveness, about how she'd handled her own family conflicts, firm in her convictions but always leaving room for reconciliation. Sunday evening, I stayed late in the kitchen, preparing a feast. Nonna's special recipes, the ones she'd only made for family. The ones Anthony had probably forgotten about in his rush to modernize. At 8 o'clock, right after closing, they arrived. Mom, Dad, even Isabella. Anthony came last, standing awkwardly in the doorway of the private dining room. I wiped my hands on my apron. Sit. They did, silent as I brought out dish after dish. Arancini with the saffron Nonna only used for special occasions. Osso buco that had been simmering all day. The braised artichokes that were Dad's favorite. Mom's beloved eggplant parmigiana. Even the spicy calabrese that always made Isabella sneeze but she loved anyway. Finally, I set down Anthony's dish, the fresh pasta I'd been rolling earlier, served with the tiny meatballs he'd adored as a child. Nonna used to make them just for him, calling them polpettini for my piccolo bambino. His eyes widened in recognition. You remembered? Of course I did. I took off my apron, sat at the head of the table, Nonna's spot. I remember everything about this place. Every recipe, every tradition, every reason why it matters. The silence was different now, softer. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, I continued. I'm trying to preserve something precious, something that's bigger than business plans or profit margins. Mom dabbed at her eyes. Dad stared at his artichokes like they held the secrets of the universe. Isabella poked at her calabrese, sniffling, though whether from emotion or spice, I couldn't tell. Anthony took a bite of his pasta, closed his eyes, just like she used to make. He whispered, "Everything here tonight, these are Nonna's special recipes, the ones she only made for family." I looked around the table, because whatever else has happened, that's what we are, family. Anthony set down his fork. I've been an idiot. Yes, I agreed. You have. A startled laugh escaped him, the first real laugh I'd heard from him since before Nonna got sick. I was so focused on changing things, I forgot why this place matters. He gestured at his plate. These meatballs. I remember sitting on the counter, watching her roll them. She'd let me help sometimes, even though mine were always lopsided. Mine too, Isabella chimed in. Remember how she'd call them authentic instead of messy? She never cared about perfect. I said, she cared about love. Mom reached for my hand. She chose well. Tesoro, we see that now. I can't promise I won't have ideas, Anthony said carefully, but maybe instead of changing everything, we could look at small updates, things that would help the business while keeping the heart. I studied him for a moment. The recipes stay exactly as they are. Of course. And no Instagram bait or fusion menu. He smiled sheepishly. Promise. But, I conceded, we could discuss updating the reservation system, and maybe the website needs work. I know someone who does great food photography, Isabella offered. Not for changing anything, just for showing people how beautiful the traditional dishes are. Dad cleared his throat. The wine cellar could use better organization. I could help with that. One by one, they started sharing ideas, not for changing Bella Rosa, but for supporting it, for protecting what made it special while helping it thrive. As I listened, I felt Nonna's presence stronger than ever. She'd known, somehow, that this would happen, that giving me the restaurant wouldn't just preserve her legacy, it would bring her family back together. Later that night, after everyone had gone home, I sat in my office, her office, our office. The deed was framed on the wall now, alongside her first dollar and her favorite photo of the restaurant on opening day. I pulled out her letter, read it one more time, then I took out a pen and began to write. Dear Nonna, you were right about everything, about the restaurant, about the family, about love being in the details. Tonight we had Sunday dinner again. Anthony actually cried over the polpettini, though he'd probably deny it if anyone asked. Isabella's already planning how to showcase your recipes without changing them. Mom and Dad are remembering what it means to be part of something bigger than themselves. And me, I'm learning that protecting tradition doesn't mean freezing it in time. It means keeping the heart while letting the body grow stronger. Thank you for trusting me with our heart. Love always. Sophia. I sealed the letter and placed it in the safe, next to her original recipes and the family photos she'd treasured. Then I walked through the quiet restaurant, checking that everything was ready for tomorrow. The tables were set, the glasses gleaming, the kitchen spotless. Through the window, I could see the street lights reflecting off the gold letters of our sign. Bella Rosa, beautiful rose. Still blooming after all these years. Just the way Nonna always wanted it. What do you think about Sophia's story? Was she right to maintain tradition? Or should she have been more open to change? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to follow for more stories about family, legacy, and finding your way.